Hello, Antonio Grasso. Welcome to the Doing CX Right show.
Hi, Stacy. Thank you for having me.
I am so appreciative to get to talk to you today, halfway around the world from where I am, and yet you feel really close. So that's the beauty of technology.
Yes. It is.
So let's first start off with tell my audience, who are you? What do you do professionally?
I am Antonio. I am an Italian guy. I live in Italy, Naples, exactly, in the south of Italy. I'm a tech guy. I talk bits and bytes. I like bits and bytes. I born with the transistors. I born with the computer, with the software. So I'm a deep technical guy. I started as a software developer in 1983. Imagine this. Wow, 40 years ago. Yes, 40 years. I'm celebrating this year 40 years of professional activity as a software developer before, and then software architect, and now path leader. But I have my own company. I have my own information IT company in Italy. So basically I'm an entrepreneur.
And I love that you're on the technical side because people forget how important IT is within customer experience. So we're going to dive into that.
Yes, that is unbelievable. It enables a lot of new things in customer experience. Yeah.
Oh, this is important. Can you share why your passion around digital transformation and customer experience?
It is something that is growing now because, when I started, we have no customer experience. Customer experience is something pretty new that was named in the last years. Before there was a customer support or, was the customer journey. But now we talk about experience because it is a concrete experience to understand that, the whole relation we have with our customer. This is something I like most because I started with that. I started with that because every time I started in the retail sector, writing an ERP for the retail, where customer contact, customer center, customer contact, the front office was really something to be managed. And then I'm passionate about it because mixing technology and people, meeting people, society, customer are part of a society. So I like to be involved in that. I think it's amazing, to see the cross relation between customer experience and technology, how technology can enable new different things for customer experience.
Oh, definitely. And I also love talking to people overseas like you from where I am, because you could see that customer experience, the movement is reaching everywhere. And that's part of my mission. And talking to people like you, like we're really making a difference because it would never have reached this far without that intention.
Yes. This is a new concept, the experience. The word experience. We are using more and more the word experience. We started with the customer experience, but now we have employee experience. I'm living it because in my company I have many employees. So it's the word experience that is natural to humans because we are used to be experienced. Let me sorry for the game of words. I'm Italian, so sometimes I'm stuck on on some term. But it's basically is the experience that let us to identify as our needs because we live by experience.
And there's no reason to have bad experiences ever.
Yeah. Yes.
What is a fun fact that people may or may not know about you?
I'm a metal player. I'm a rockers. When I was young, I was a guitarist. I played in a rock band, and now at more than 50 years old, I still continue to love heavy metal. That is something that many people do not understand. So because Antonio is a pragmatic, he's a professional, he for sure like pop music or classical or jazz. No, I like heavy metal. I have no tattoo. I have no tattoo, but I will have a tattoo because I'm a rocker. I'm a metallic people. Yes, I like it. This is something that is a fun fact. To me, it's a fun fact because, people watching at me, they say, you listen classical music, or at least jazz, no more than, not no more than, no, absolutely. Yeah, I know classical rock, but now in my mm, life exists only the metal music. It can be weird, but it's a reality.
That is a fun fact. And you remind me of the importance when you talked about employee experience before, that think about our teams and how you may not know about your team unless you ask them tell me about you. Unless you ask, you just make assumptions of who
Yeah.
people are professionally, but it's getting to know people like this. That's where the magic happens.
Yeah. This is why it's every time a mistake to get an opinion watching people and see which that is which a team is some transcripted guys. I don't think is professional. And then let's see, is a Google engineer specializing in AI, is the top data scientist of Google for AI. So you never make an impression watching people because this is only what we have outside. It's only our container, but you do not experience the content.
Yeah. Yeah. And
If we can say,
one more
yeah,
fun fact for people that I learned today is that you stopped smoking and
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
changed your life in so many ways from it.
Yeah, it's 4 months. I'm counting day after day because I was an heavy smoker. This is a big problem. But suddenly, in the last year, I arrived at a decision. Okay, yeah, Antonio, you need to smoke because it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. And then on 7th on January, yes, it's now today is 3 May 3. In May the 7th is 4 months. The fourth month I'm not smoking, and I don't think I will. So this is another fun fact. Is 4 days I'm smoking. How my body is completely is disrupted. Let me use a terms that we're using with technology that is disrupting. So my
Yes.
body is completely disrupted, and but I'm very I'm very happy.
Yes. Well, disruption can be used in many different
Yeah,
components of life. Let's talk
yeah,
about business and digital transformation, DX, as you call it. What
yeah.
does that even mean to you?
Okay, let me say, started as a computer scientist in 1983. It is something that is in my veins. It's in my blood. I have a special relation with the computer. But let me say, technology is not only technology is important for our digital transformation journey, but it is not the only thing. It's important, but it's not the only thing. The digital transformation is a journey, is not is a starting point toward a new boundaries for organizational efficiency, to have a different kind of relation with your customer, with your
Mm.
suppliers, with your employees, is something that is turning around many companies. But we must not see it as tech, heavy tech buying. I buy all the tech, I buy all new software, and that is, I'm making it. This is not precise. You need the technology, but you need also a different mindset. This is something that we will talk later when we talk about also the new book I'm writing, because I'm writing a book about trying to understand what will happen in the post-digital society, because we will stop later or sooner, we will stop thinking about digital transformation will not exist anymore, because we will already transformed our company, our society, and our economy and society will be transformed. What will happen when we
Yeah.
will be transformed?
Yeah.
let's say.
Wow. So let's tap into that post
Yes,
digital
yes,
transformation, post digital society.
yes.
Explain, what do you vision that looking like, and how should leaders prepare for that?
Yeah, it's not easy because the infographic you mentioned was an infographic about 14 tips for successful digital transformation. And this is something that we talk about, research, digital transformation, system and technology, but do not focus only on technology. Identify how, what are the areas affected by the digital transformation, what digital technology or exponential technology can affect which area, and talk with collective leadership. Don't forget about collective leadership, because talk with other managers and talk with them to understand, to have a complete view, and try to achieve the management support involving them. And then also you need to collaborate with all the stakeholders, in your value chain creation, because you need supply, you need employees, so you need also to involve them in your process. Obviously, create a project plan and a budget, put the money on that. Then choose technology that can align with your business priorities. I'm reading the infographics, and develop a method. But it's just in my post. I wrote, suppose we start looking at stakeholder engagement, the impact on our business model, and the customer experience as essential element together with technology. In that case, we can say that you have started correctly. So technology is only a component of the puzzle. We need also stakeholder engagement. We need to evaluate the impact on our business model. And then we must not forget the customer experience as an essential element of our resonating about digital transformation. But
Mm,
let me say, I don't want to be too much grave in what I'm saying, but I think that digital transformation is just something that we are talking now today. What we must be worried about, if I can say worried,
yeah.
is what will happen tomorrow after we finish to transform, let me a joke of words, to finish to transform digitally our company. We finished the digital transformation. We reached a way where everything is digitalized. We have a robotic process automation. We have adopted artificial intelligence for intelligent automation. We made a lot of things. And then what will happen? It can be you miss something about how society is changing. This is very important to
Mm,
understand how society, because when we talk about our company, we are talking about the economy. The economy is changing, companies are changing, etc. But how will change society? How will change people? Let me say that before digital transformation, for the movie, for example, no, digitalization that impacted the movie sector or the music industry,
yeah.
we have changed the way to listen music. But it's not only that is changing, not only the tool we use it's also changing the panorama, is changing. The music industry has changed, not only the way we use our smartphone. If you, for example, think about the emergence of independent people, independent music band, for example, that are not with a tag on the head, are not linked to editorial business. They are independent. This means that sometime in same area, the people want more control about what they are doing. And this is something that is linked with the customer
Yeah.
experience, because if we don't give them more control of of the relation they have with us, can be they are not happy, because going forward in this transformation, one thing is sure: people want a new role because people are assuming a new role in society.
Mm.
In my opinion, the shift from Web 1 to Web 2 dynamic web, the user generated content, people that on social media create content, people that on Medium write blog article. Before digital technology, that was not possible. We live
Yeah.
with intermediaries, okay, reading a journal, listening to TV shows, reading mainstream media. But then with the advent of Web 2.0, the dynamic web, the one where we people starting creating content,
Yeah.
when we started creating content, something marvelous happened, something marvelous happened. That is, we want a new role. We want a new role on social media. And then now we have a global conversation that are driven by us without intermediaries, without journal, without TV. This is called
Yeah.
disintermediation. And disintermediation is a big phenomenon that is really impacting
Yeah.
companies,
Yes.
many companies. Yeah.
So I want to talk about, in terms of the technology, in a post digital transformation world, and I don't know when that is, when are we really done transforming to get to that state? But where do humans come into play? And even with the AI right now writing so much content, it's missing the personality. Nobody can represent, or I should say, nothing, being a robot, can represent my personality, your experiences. So what's your view on how does that get lost or maintained?
Um, as first, let me say that artificial intelligence is our son. It's not an alien son. We did it. We created it. So, as God, many people are religious. In Italy, we are Catholic, so we think that we are like our God. God created us using Him as example. We are creating we created artificial intelligence like God made with us. We did the same with artificial intelligence. We created AI like us. So I'm listening to this global conversation about the danger of AI, about AI ethics. But are we talking with the machine or are we talking with the humans? Because if we are talking with the machine, we are losing our time because the machine do not understand us. If we are talking with the human behind the machine, we have rules and regulation to regulate, to manage this phenomenon. So every conversation about AI is dangerous, not dangerous, must be address humans, not the machine. While when you listen, it look like that you are talking about the machine. Someone want to put the machine under control. You cannot put the machine under control because you don't need to put the machine under control. Put only the humans under control, and then you have the same. About the personality, so
Yes.
AI is us. If AI has wrong personalities, because we want it has wrong personality. But let me say that this will be the future. In a post-digital society, we have the same human with a different kind of relation. We must adapt to that because we have a lot to. I know physically the physical contact is beautiful, yes, but the physical contact also restricts the number of people you can understand, you can know. Now we are in the USA, I'm in Italy, we are talking, we know each other. But let me say, I know Stacy the same way as I have here in my room. It's almost the same. It's a mindset change. This is something that digital natives, people born in the last 10, 15 years, digital native will be used to. We are a bit more old, so we can adapt to this changing relation. But I think AI is our son. If we have something to talk, we need to talk with the parents, not with him.
Huh. That's a very unique perspective. Thank you for sharing that. I also think from doing CX right perspective that as today we are doing persona development and we're doing journey mapping to design experiences, I think we're going to have to include robots as a segment to expand and design for them. I don't even know if it's a them or it's a him or her. I don't even know what to call it, but that's what's going to have to be part of this transformation. And it's a segment. Do you agree?
Yes, a part, but you talk about robot. When you talk about robot, we see the anthropomorphic robot, the man that the head is walking. We need a different conception of robot. And now we technician, we talk about bots, bot, not robot. Robot is the complete silhouette. Bot are software bot, software bot is only a part of the words, software bots that perform something specific. In the case of a customer experience, for example, I don't know, virtual assistant, some virtual assistant that can talk. Now we are witnessing ChatGPT that is really disrupting everything. But let me say ChatGPT, I won't applaud the guy who made ChatGPT, but I want to applaud more the marketing guy that is marketing ChatGPT. It's absolutely egregious work because everyone is talking about GPT's sparkling conversation. So about customer experience, about something that you can say that revolve around personalization. We are mapping the journey. Why we are doing it? We are doing it because we want to give to our customer an amazing experience. We want to give him a way to remember us well, of course, and to come back to us again. We are calling about personalization. And this is so important because people want to be on the stage with the advent of new technology. People are interpreting a new role for themselves. This is really the way we must also, in terms of companies, in terms of organization, we must establish business objectives based on new kind of including in this business objective also new technology, but only to augment our action, not to substitute our action. Because AI is an human augmented. That is a right concept to see AI, because the AI, what we have now is a narrow intelligence. Our AI algorithm can do only one thing that is called a feature, they can perform only one feature at a time. If you want, for example, can listen, can talk, or can respond to question, but cannot do general things like we do. We are talking, cannot control an arm. To control an arm, you need another software. To listen, you need a software. To talk, you need another software. It's a puzzle of software that we put together. It's really something so far from the human beings.
I'd like to get your view for people in companies who are in different departments and they all have an IT organization. What's your view on how IT and marketing and sales and product development, how can they work together better to deliver customer experiences? Because silos don't work.
No, and this is what we have now, many silos in organization. When I started in 1983, I was dressed white in the data center. You cannot enter the data center. You need a badge to enter the data center, but you inside, you need to dress like a doctor, white coated with doctor, and then you stay in that. Then from that, was in 1985, 1980s, 1980s. Now we have something that I call decentralization. Decentralization is no more centralized; it is spread around. So we talked about a lot. I talked also about DevOps. DevOps is something that you can develop a new software or migrate or adjust or enhance the software you have by putting together a mixed team that is developer, DevOps, development and operation. So in any segment, in any industry, in any function of your organization, can be marketing, can be commercial, or can be product development, etc., you can create a mixed team made of technical developers, made of operation guys that are expert of that. This is the best way, actually, currently is the best way to avoid the silos. Make one team that meet together and together establish a good vision for the IT
Yes.
objective.
Yes. Oh, we could just talk about this topic all time together, because there are data silos and there are human silos, and I can't stand that. But another day, I'd like to give you some rapid fire questions here as we're getting to the end. And that is, if I had a ton of CEOs and entrepreneurs and leaders in my room right now, what is the one takeaway you want them to remember?
Don't think only about technology for your business transformation journey, but think about also mindset, strategy, and don't forget the new role of people. People have new role in the society, and they must have a new role in our company. Can be collective leadership, can be mixed team, augmented teams, but never forget the new role of people in your company.
And one statement about the future of digital transformation or post-digital transformation.
The
Any
future,
advice?
the post-digital, this is really something that I'm researching a lot, because the book I'm writing is called The Post-Digital Business Transformation in a Post-Digital Society. This is really something that is hard. In the 10 to 15 years, I think everything will revolve around disintermediation, decentralization, and the new role of people, in my
Ooh,
opinion.
well, that's going to be a book to read and talk about. What is the best leadership advice, Antonio, that you've received or given?
I received, don't forget you are talking with the people when you talk with your employees. That's unbelievable. I remember that words because, at the beginning of my entrepreneur journey, I was a bit, I was unsure. I was insecure. So, when you are insecure, you talk with the people try to maintain the distance. That was a bad habit, in my opinion. And I was one of my mentors told Antonio, please don't forget you have people around from you. This means you have emotion. You have a
Yeah.
you have an emotional relation. Don't have only a formal working relation. Every time you have also an emotion. Don't forget that.
Oh, do not forget that. Everybody listening, do not forget that. Bring your true self, your authentic self. It's okay to be vulnerable. It makes you human, and have the conversations with people. You're more relatable.
Yeah, be empathic. Be empathic because they are humans. They are not computers. You are too much used to work with computers, Antonio.
Yeah.
That was right. That was right because the people are different from computers. So, Antonio, don't forget you are talking with the people that are emotional people. They have an intelligence, but it's an emotional intelligence. So please take care of that.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Last question. If you could go back in time to your younger 20-year-old self based on what you know now that you did not know then, what would you tell the younger you?
Don't start smoking. This is the
Ah,
first thing. Is a personal thing. The second
mm-hmm.
thing, do do more in the early age. Do more in the early age. That is very important because you reach an age where you cannot do more. But when you are 20s, 25, 26, you can do more. So do more and don't start smoking.
And congratulations for quitting. It's never too late.
Yeah. It's a great objective. I want to. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being on my show. And I will have the links to your website and information about your book and your social channels in the show notes. And I encourage people to please follow Antonio. So many gems shared. And thank you again for being here.
Thank you, Stacy, for this opportunity. Thanks a lot for having me. Thank you.